Welcome to this introduction to 3D with Blender. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about basic view manipulation, which are some of the fundamental survival skills for working with Blender. When Blender starts up, it's going to show us a splash screen that'll tell us the version of Blender we're working with. I like to left click on the nice picture to dismiss the splash screen, and that will reveal the primary 3D window that Blender provides us for working in. By default, our 3D scene has a cube, a light source, and a camera in it. The first thing we're going to learn is how to rotate that view. If I press and hold the middle mouse button, that's usually the scroll wheel on your mouse, if you move your mouse, it will rotate the 3D view about the middle point of the window. If I roll the scroll wheel button, I can zoom in one direction, zoom out in the other direction. If I hold the shift key while I press and hold the middle mouse button, my mouse movement causes a pan or shift in the 3D view rather than a rotation. That lets me pretty much get to any part of a scene I want to look at and zoom in on the part that I'm most interested in. When we're doing modeling and other manipulations, there's a set of standard views that we'll want to use. Blender gives us a very quick shortcut way to get to them using the keys on the numeric keypad. If you're using a laptop or other keyboard that does not have numeric keypad keys, you're going to have to enable these functions by setting a user preference. If you're using a laptop, select File, User Preferences, and then select the Input tab, and then check the Emulate Numpad box in the User Preferences, and click Save User Settings and dismiss the window. Alright, now if you press the number 7 key on the numeric keypad, or if you're on a laptop at the top of this keyboard, you'll go to the top view of the scene. And Blender tells us we're in top here in the upper left corner. I can still zoom in and out, but I'm in the top view. The number 1 key takes me to the front view, and the number 3 key takes me to the right view. I like to remember these as the number 7 key is on top of the 1 and the 3 key, and the number 3 key is to the right of the 1 and the 7 key. And that's how I keep those straight. Toggle between the 3 of them until you've got the idea of what the view looks like from each of those and understand how that works. The other really good view that we often want is the ability to look through this camera that we have in our scene. If I'm looking over here and I want to know, well, but what does the camera see? I type the 0 key on the numeric keypad and it shows me the view through the camera. If I tap the 0 again, it goes back to the view I was at just prior to when I tapped the 0 key. 0, 0 again. The other thing to note is the difference between orthographic and perspective mode. If I tap the 7 key, depending on how your Blender is set up, it will automatically go into orthographic mode. I'm in the top view, but that's orthographic. I'm going to change from shaded view to wireframe view for you to be able to see this. I do this by tapping the Z key. Tap it once, you'll notice now the box is just drawn with the edges of it. If I rotate the view, you can see it's still a box. If I go to the top view and it's in orthographic mode, you'll notice the top and the bottom of the box are drawn exactly the same size, one right over top of the other. This is often what we want when we're doing 3D modeling so that we can make sure that things line up. If I tap the number 5 key on the numeric keypad, it toggles between orthographic and perspective mode. Perspective mode is what we get when we're looking through a camera or with our eye. Things further away seem to be smaller. So in this case, the bottom of the cube is being drawn smaller than the top of the cube because it's further away. If I toggle back to orthographic mode, the top and the bottom are the same size. I'm going to toggle back to shaded mode here for the rest of the demo with the Z key. Rotate my view around. The last thing I want you to know is how to reset the view. If I've zoomed all the way out so I can't see anything and I don't know where I am, or I've otherwise gotten lost, I can hold down the Shift key and tap the C key, and Blender will automatically scale the view so that everything is going to fit inside the view of the 3D window, and it will center it. So once again, if I've panned so that everything is off to the side and I hold down Shift and C, it will center everything and size it so that it's easy to see. That's the basics of 3D view manipulation. Thanks for watching and see you soon.